Hey, what's going on, guys? What's going on? I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. I want to say welcome, welcome, welcome. Today, I'm going to talk about this internet influencer. I don't know this guy. He's some random white dude, but he basically said something really interesting. He kind of effectively said that if you're in your 20s and you don't own a Lamborghini, then you need to have a serious talk with yourself, like almost like you're a loser or something like that. So I'm going to talk about this whole idea that if you don't have a Lambo by the time you're 30, that you're behind and you're losing, and how this affects so many other things going on with young people right now. So get comfortable, buckle up your seatbelt. We're going to get started on the Black Financial Channel right now. Welcome to the Black Financial Channel. This is theblackfinancialchannel.com. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. I am your friendly neighborhood finance professor. On the Black Financial Channel, we talk about Black wealth and economics every single day, as much as 10 times a day under one condition. The condition is that we are Black first. Black first means that we don't hate anybody. It just means that we put our community at the top of our priority list. If you agree with that philosophy, put a B1 in the chat. Also, shout out the city you're from. Let me know what city you're from. I see Tony from Pittsburgh. I see Hodge from Baltimore, Elijah Cox from Baltimore. Jerry Harris, B1 to you too. My name is Corey. What's going on, man? Good to see you. Hit the thumbs up button, thumbs up. What's up on Instagram? Also, my Instagram is The Real Boyce Watkins. And of course, my website is boycewatkins.com. All right. So let me ask you guys something. There was this guy, this influencer by the name of Sebastian Ghiorghiu. I can't pronounce his name. And he's 24 years old, and he made a comment that really got my attention. And basically what he said is that if you are in your 20s and you don't have a Lamborghini, you should actually sit down and have like a serious conversation with yourself as to why you don't have a Lambo. All right, so that's the gist of his comment, and I want to ask you guys, how many of y'all think that just like the most ridiculous nonsense you've ever heard in your life? I don't know. I'm not saying that you can't have a Lambo in your 20s. I'm not saying that that's impossible, and all that stuff. I'm just saying, how many of you think that that's that's an immature comment? It's highly insensitive. It's sort of this little childish level of arrogance, and it's kind of a mess. I don't know. Let's just summarize it like that, right? I'm not even going to go into him or to clown him. He's clowned himself enough. He does not need extra clowning. He has done a wonderful job of clowning himself into the ground to the point where I'm not going to spend any time clowning you. I'm just going to say, okay, I'm going to give you some time to grow up, because I understand you're 24 years old. You're trying to become internet famous. God bless you. I hope that you get the Instagram followers that you're looking for, because that tends to work. If you say ridiculously outrageous, ignorant stuff, then yes, you will get more followers, because the world likes ignorant people. They're very entertaining. Now, what I want to dig into more deeply, though, is not so much about the entertaining or the entertaining people or the ignorant people who say ridiculous things like basically, if you don't have a Lambo by 30, then something's wrong with you. I want to really talk about the effects of comments like this. Now, let's first off talk about having a Lambo in your 20s. First off, I'm going to say this. I think it's perfectly okay to say you can have a Lambo in your 20s. And I'd even say that it's okay to say that if you want to have a Lambo in your 20s, then go for it. Go get your Lambo. Go get your Lambo in your 20s. God bless you. It's out there. Opportunities are out there. You got to learn how to make money. That's why we talk about economics and wealth and income and all these things. These are very important. If you learn these things early, if you get your kids early ready, your child can have a Lambo in their 20s. All that's completely possible for sure. But what I want to try to jump into a little bit is this false idea that if you don't have a Lambo in your 20s, that somehow you're a failure. That if you don't have this really overpriced piece of shit car by the time you're 29, 30 years old, that somehow you failed, dude. You haven't done anything, man. You're a loser, bro. You're not very good, man. And I hate that, because first off, it's speaking to a type of very immature materialism, right? That I really want to help you understand the other side of that. I get it. He's a kid. I'm not picking on a kid. Maybe I sound like I am, but I'm not trying to do that. But there's that immature materialism that says I'm successful because I have a Lambo, right? And a lot of women say, "Oh, that's a good man. I want to be with that man because he has a Lambo." Right. And the reality is that there are lots of really wealthy people who are just spiritually depleted. Give me a yes if you understand what I'm saying. There are lots of wealthy people who are not just spiritually depleted, who are terrible human beings, who also are not happy, who are very unhappy. And if you grow up with a false belief that the purpose of money is to buy you a bunch of material things to make you happy, I hate to tell you this, but you're gonna be sad, you're gonna be depressed, you're not gonna be fulfilled. Money is a drug. Money affects the region of your brain, the same region of your brain as cocaine. And literally, money feels good when you get it. You buy material stuff, it gives you a little bit of a jolt, but eventually it wears off, just like hitting the crack pipe every day. I'm sure the first time you smoke a crack pipe, it's the best day of your life. First time you try heroin, it'd be the best day of your life. But eventually, after the 100th day or the 1000th day, you're going to start acting like a junkie. You're going to be spiritually depleted like a junkie. Your life falls apart like a junkie. So the same way you have junkies that are hooked on drugs, you also have junkies that are hooked on materialism. And the thing is, I'm not here to raise no junkies. I'm not here to tell you. I want you to arrive at the place where you are financially whole, financially secure, but you're also spiritually fulfilled. You understand your purpose. You understand why you're here. And you can look beyond the money. The money becomes a tool which is an important tool to allow you to really sort of have the life that's really fulfilling for you, whatever that means for you, whatever that means. So that's the first thing I'll say is I want to warn you about the excessive materialism that gets celebrated on the internet. You have lots of people that self-proclaimed financial gurus who will get you to come and want to learn with them and take their class, whatever it is, by showing you a picture of them in a Lamborghini or a picture of them in a mansion or a picture of them on a private jet. And what they're kind of leaning into, unfortunately, is this self-esteem issue that a lot of us have, where we see that guy in the Lambo, we see the guy in the private jet, and we're like, oh, I want to be like him. Oh, that's aspirational. And I say, yeah, it's nice. I mean, it could be a step on the journey, but man, what are you doing when you get on that private jet? Are you sitting around just smoking and drinking and wasting your life? Or are you really actually doing something significant on that jet? What are you doing in that mansion? Where when you get in that Lamborghini, where are you driving to each day? So ultimately, I want you to look a little bit deeper than that. And I want you to really be aware of all of the fake Instagram flexing that occurs online. A lot of y'all know this. How many of y'all are aware of this? How many of y'all have observed this, that there are so many people that present a fake life on Instagram? Just like they got fake booties and fake lips and fake everything, they got fake lives. People have a whole fake life that they put on Instagram, and sometimes they use that for marketing. Sometimes they use it just to have their friends think highly of them. Either way, I can tell you, I know I've seen a lot of these people that are so-called social media influencers. I've seen their lives behind the scenes, and I'm telling you, everything that glitters ain't gold. Everything that glitters ain't gold. You got a whole lot of people out here glittering and shining, but if you look beneath the gold, you see that they just got a big shiny turd. They took a turd and they spray painted it gold and they shined up the turd. They polished the turd, and you really think that this is what you want. And believe me, it ain't the life you want. Some of these people, they hang out on the internet because they're so antisocial that their regular lives are terrible, but they found a niche where their psychiatric dysfunction is somehow appealing and popular because we love to see somebody have a bipolar meltdown on social media. It's entertaining to watch. Next thing you know, they got 300,000 or 400,000 followers, and that's all that they have. They don't have anything in their real life. So just be really careful about following into that. And I'm going to tell you another reason why I think this is an important conversation to have. Do me a favor. Hit the thumbs up button, thumbs up, share, subscribe. Feel free to go to my website, boycewatkins.com. In case you guys don't know, I have a new book. It's called The 10 Commandments of Black Economic Power. Feel free to go take a look at the book. I'm super proud of it. It's getting excellent reviews on Amazon. You can buy it on Amazon or you can buy it on my website. Either one is fine with me. I don't care. I just would love for you guys to see it. And if you get it on Amazon, just leave a review because that really helps us. So if you could please do that, I'd appreciate it. All right, so let's hop in. So here's the thing. So you got this guy, Sebastian, what's his face, who said that if you don't have a Lamborghini by the time you are 29 years old, you need to have a talk with yourself because apparently you're not accomplished enough. And here's the thing: and all this fake Instagram flexing and all this materialism and all this comparison, what that does is that is creating a whole generation of really sad young people. Really sad young people. Give me a yes if you have noticed any of the studies that talk about the severe amount of depression and anxiety amongst those in that Gen Y, Gen Z category because of what's happening on social media. How many of you have noticed that? I talked to my friend last night. I'm in LA this week. And one of my friends, she's an actress, and she's done a lot of. She's not super famous, but she's done a lot of work in Hollywood. She's been a producer and the director. She knows lots of famous people, and she literally took a social media detox. She said, I can't go on social media. It causes me anxiety because what happens is that you get in there and you start comparing yourself to other people. You look at their fake relationship and you compare it to your real relationship and you say, dang, I don't have a relationship like that. Me and my husband ain't getting on Instagram doing TikTok dances together. Or you look at their wealth and you compare it to your financial problems and you say, dang, I didn't get a Mercedes for my birthday. I didn't take a picture in front of a Benz with the word hashtag blessed. People, they humble brag. They take a picture in front of the Benz with the big bow on it and they put hashtag blessed. I'm so blessed this Christmas, right? And, or you see other people, showing their bodies on Instagram and you say, gosh, I don't have a body like that. And so next thing you know, you're feeling bad about your own life, right? Maybe even worse, you start to feel jealous, envious to the point where you're not happy for other people because you're because you feel like they're rubbing their success in your face. So one of the things that I did look this up, and my wife talks about it all the time. My wife is a therapist, and here on Child Mind Institute, they said studies show that depression among teenagers and young adults has gotten more common over the past decade. Social media has also increased during that time. Social media, it's hard to say for sure that social media causes depression. However, there are several ways that using social media could harm young people. They said that connecting with peers online is less emotionally fulfilling than connecting in person. Research shows that teenagers who spend more time on social media also feel more isolated. It could be that kids who already feel isolated use social media more, but it could be that using social media actually makes the kids feel isolated. Another theory is that social media is bad for a young person's self-esteem. Seeing lots of perfect pictures online might make kids view themselves negatively. Feeling bad about themselves can lead to depression. Also, social media cuts the time that kids spend on activities that make them feel good, like exercise and hobbies. Additionally, how many of y'all know that? How many of y'all have a kid or have seen like a kid that just sits on social media all day and he don't do what we did back in the day? He ain't outside exercising and playing basketball. He ain't out doing stuff with real human beings. Everything is sitting in front of that computer and reacting to whatever is online, or sitting in front of that phone and reacting to what's on that phone. That is incredibly unhealthy. That there are lots of adults who do that. Lots of people over the age of 50 I've seen who do that. But I think that at least at 50, you can compare the life with social media to what life was like before social media. Now, I'm not trying to say we got to turn the clock back. We never will. But I really want you to try to understand that as time goes on, they're going to start helping us understand that social media is a heavy drug, just like heroin and cocaine and everything else. Back when drugs first hit the scene, everybody loved them because it made you feel good, and it could turn a bad day into a good day. And then they started seeing the long-term effects of drug use, and then eventually they started saying, okay, some of this stuff ain't good. We got to start making laws and regulating these things. I think social media is that new drug. Social media is the new cigarette. Social media is the new crack. Social media is the new thing that people use to get high. And so you really want to be really careful with that. And so comments like this guy, this Sebastian Ghiorghiu, whatever his name is, saying that $200,000 is chump change, and that if you don't have a Lamborghini by the time you're 30, that you got to have a serious talk with yourself. Those are the types of things that make people feel bad. And that's also the type of stuff that gives people false hope. Like they start following this guy and saying, oh, he said that getting a Lamborghini is something everybody should have by 30, and $200,000 is chump change. I want to figure out how to do what he does. And I just don't know if you want to get caught up in all that stuff. I didn't have a Lamborghini when I was 30. I couldn't afford the Lamborghini. And then by the time I got enough money to have a Lamborghini, I didn't want a damn Lamborghini, because a Lamborghini is not a good investment. If I get an extra 200 grand, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go buy me some real estate. If I get an extra 200 grand, I'm gonna be like, baby, why don't we go and buy put a down payment on a yacht and charter the yacht and make money chartering the yacht. And then when we want to go on a boat ride, we can go get on our yacht that we're making money from. Or if I get 200 grand, I'm thinking, what stocks can I buy? I can buy some more shares of Google, some more shares of Amazon, some more shares of S&P 500 companies to build wealth in my family. I'm not thinking about a damn Lambo. You ain't never gonna hear no story about Dr. Boyce Watkins going out and buying a Lamborghini, because I don't need all of that. Who the hell am I trying to impress? I ain't trying to impress y'all with no Lamborghini. First of all, y'all are intelligent black people, so you won't be impressed. You probably think less of me if I was driving around trying to flex and floss and acting like I'm a rapper. You would laugh about that. Right. And I appreciate you. I respect you for being people of substance. And I want to encourage you, because the whole world ain't built like that. The whole world doesn't think that way. The whole world doesn't value that. There are shallow people everywhere, and let the shallow people be shallow. But I can tell you the benefit of being a person of substance is, number one, if you have the courage to live your truest life, if you have the courage to truly be who you are, you're going to have a richer, more fulfilling existence than most of the people out here. That's the first thing. Number two, deep people, introspective people, reflective people, people who analyze the way you do are more likely to figure out the formulas for what true success looks like. You understand what success looks like, and then you're better able to understand how to obtain it, as opposed to people who feel like hamsters just in a cage, just sort of in the rat race, because they don't even understand the system well enough to even try to get out of it, right? So ultimately, what I would encourage you to do, I'm not here to tell you that you shouldn't get a Lambo. I'm not. I promise you. I'm not here to tell you that Lambos are just stupid. Maybe I sounded that way, and I apologize if I did. If you own a Lambo or you desire to get one, I encourage you to get it. Get the Lambo. If you got to get the Lambo, get it out of your system. In a way, it's almost like maybe for a young guy, maybe you got to date the real pretty girl to get it out of your system. Then you realize the pretty girls, some of the pretty girls ain't shit, and you need to go get you a solid woman and not just the prettiest thing that's in the room, right? So some things you got to get out of your system. So if the Lambo is something you got to get out of your system, get it out. If the mansion is something you got to get out of your system, get a mansion. Whatever it is you got to do if you the coach purse, whatever it is that makes you feel a certain way right now, go do it, get it out of your system, and then come back and let's have a deeper conversation about all the wonderful, powerful things you can do with money. Because once you start to elevate in your consciousness, I think you're able to realize, holy crap, money buys things more important than a Gucci purse. Money buys freedom. Money buys more than just Lamborghinis and stuff. Money can actually buy fulfillment. Money can actually help you, help serve as a wonderful tool to help you fulfill a purpose. Money can buy legacy. Legacy. That's what I'm buying with my money. I'm buying legacy. I'm leaving 80% of my wealth to the Black Business School. Because I told them, I said, give me like a little statue or something. That's all I want. I just want a little statue. I'm gonna write out everything in detail as if I'm already dead, and I'm gonna leave instructions on what the purpose and what the mission is, and I'm gonna leave some money to fund the mission. And then I just want y'all to kind of like, as it blows up, I just kind of want y'all to remember that I was here. Just give me like a little bit of props. I don't need all the props. Just give me a little bit of that, right? Because we're building legacy now. Because ain't really nothing in that Gucci store that I really want. Ain't nothing in that auto shop that I can't buy that I really care about. There's not a lot of material stuff that's really going to do it for me. Now I'm kind of aiming for the big win. The big win for Black people, like freedom and happiness and a great family and connection with the people that you care about, and the ability to really live a life where you ain't scared of white people. You ain't scared of white people because you can make your own money. You can do your own thing. That's the rewarding part of having wealth for Black people. So Black wealth is different from white wealth. Black people are different from white people. Black experience is different from the white experience. So I encourage you to form your own relationship with money that goes deeper than some 24-year-old saying that if you don't have a Lambo by the age of 30, then you must be a loser. I don't agree with that. I think that's a problematic statement, to say the least. All right, so let you guys know something real quick. There's a fake Boyce Watkins in the chat right now. Literally, he sent a message to Reno Molina. He says, inbox me. If you ever see a message from someone that looks like me saying, please inbox me, I just blocked him. You got him out of here. Just please ignore it. Please report the account. Do not talk to those people. Do not give them anything, because that's not me. Those are scammers. So I don't want anybody to get hurt or scammed. So just be careful with that. And so the last piece I'll say too is if you go to boycewatkins.com, We have financial flashcards and financial workbooks for kids. We're a big believer in getting your kids started early. It's in wealth. If you do that, if you get them started now, then they're going to be really successful later on. That's not just kids that are yours, but I'm talking about kids that are in your neighborhood, kids that listen to you, kids that you're mentoring. Get them started on economics early, because that will be that's the best gift you can ever give those children. So we've got tools at boycewatkins.com, financial workbooks for kids, financial flashcards for kids, etc. And if you want to make income for yourself, I did a presentation not too long ago called How to Make Money Without Working. You can go to boycewatkins.com and take a look at that. Or if you're on Instagram, just hit the link in the bio. Feel free to go take a look at that. Everybody seems to love the presentation, so I think you'll love it too. All right, guys, I'm out of here. God bless you. Thank you for listening, and I'll check back in a little bit later. I love you. Have a good day. Peace.